damn it, I'm just gonna go with my best friend here. I don't know if I'm best friend, but...
So tell me about today. Like, how exactly did you get into this predicament?
Predicament? You mean...
Awesome opportunity. I mean,
Thank you.
This is cool because, I don't know, like, I'm getting paid for doing it, but also it kind of sucks for you because you were looking for a bunch of actors and you got a few bites, right? In like a short amount of time.
So how I got into this is I work for a group that sends out thousands of emails for marketing campaigns, but we were sending articles, just words.
Right.
And while that's interesting, you can give some novel information, no one really wants to read. So we decided, what if we send videos? People love videos.
Yeah. I've read in a few places that in 10 years, 90% of advertisements will be videos rather than pictures and text.
That's not surprising at all. So as an experience, I'd never cast anyone for video, so I had to throw up a Craigslist post.
Right.
It's a very fine line between sounding really creepy on Craigslist,
Yes.
looking for a 20-year-old woman to shoot video, and sounding really professional.
Yeah.
Looking for actress to film commercial for financial services technology business in business attire at a co-working space. Basically, you just have to give more information.
Yeah,
so
especially if you give the name of the business, because sometimes even when I work with a casting agency, sometimes they won't want to give us the name of the company because the company wants to keep it a secret that they're making this kind of commercial. They don't want to get that much attention. So it's good to tell them what company this is for, so it's less creepy, you know, so they have an idea of what they're going to do rather than like, just come because we really need an actress. But I think you approached it in a really good way, and a lot of the time, a lot of people that are in your situation will just reach out to people that they know because they're learning, and you just happen to know an actress. So I'm just curious about what it was like to try to cast. I mean, I know at the end you had to cast me because the other two finalists that you had for today didn't quite make it, but tell me about, like, how long ago did you put out the ad that you needed an actress? Then where did you put it? Because actually SF Casting, to put up posts, it's free. So you could have just used SF Casting. Oh. And I think Backstage might be the same. So those are a little bit more professional than Craigslist. Because on Craigslist, there's a lot of porn and stuff. There's not a lot of people that will filter.
Okay, I looked through actually a lot of Craigslist ads. I looked through a lot of SF Casting to sort of figure out what do people say in the ads? What do people expect? Which ones are getting replies? And I didn't run across anything that was super sketchy, but...
I need to send you some links.
I also didn't look too hard.
Craigslist is full of, we need amateur girls that are sexy and down for whatever. Who wants to make $1,500 in a day?
Okay, well, if it sounds too good to be true.
So tell me, what did you do?
Okay.
So they were like, we need you to do this video, but you have to do everything.
I have to do everything. It's a speedy job. That was pretty much what drove the project, is the fact that they wanted to get it done as fast as possible. From start to finish, it's probably been about a week. Last weekend I met with my client and he said, I want this video done by next week or the week after. And we told him the X factor is finding a talent. Like, I don't know how long it's gonna take. So I went on Craigslist that night, messaged you and asked, where do I look? What do I do? Read some of the SF Casting, read some Facebook posts in specific groups, wrote up a post, posted it that night. It was still a little bad. I updated some of the information, ended up adding a script, requesting a self-tape audition. But by that point, I'd actually already gotten about 5 replies. And so I don't think people saw the updated request. I emailed them like, oh, also we need a self-tape audition, can you send it? So only about half the people sent me one. And some people sent me just YouTube videos. They're like, look, I don't have time. Like, here's a YouTube video, which kind of works well. And then here's the secret. I got the self-tape auditions, I got all the headshots, got the resumes, ran them past my client, and he said, okay, I just want you to call these people and see what their tone of voice is like. So I just called everyone, just asked them like very simple questions, like, can you make it to the city on the weekend? Like, how do you feel about doing follow-ups? And everyone's like, of course I want to do follow-ups.
Yeah,
so
it's like,
reoccurring payment.
You want a steady acting job? Yes, please.
But the results of that, which feels kind of weird to judge people, but some people were really unconfident in their voices. Some people had confident voices. Some people sounded a little snobby and overconfident. Some people were super friendly and just great to talk with. but it was really interesting. And then I had to cut people.
Yeah.
That was the worst thing for me, is because I don't know what it's like. I guess it's like applying to scholarships. You just apply to everything and you don't expect to really get that many.
Yeah.
So if I tell you you didn't get it, is that heartbreaking, or is that like, oh, okay, well, I applied to 10 things?
I think it's different for everybody, because when you're new, of course you want to get a bunch of gigs, whatever they are, even if they're not paying, like you're just excited to get a gig. But at the point that I'm in, where I've actually been booking more and more things, like I was telling you earlier, I was able to pay my bills in February with the money I made through acting. Like right now I'm on hold for a car commercial that's going to pay me quite a bit of money, and it's only 1 day of working. If I don't get that, that's going to be a little bit heartbreaking. If the gig is something that I'm super excited about, that it sounds like fun, and or it pays a decent amount of money, that's when I get bummed. But at the same time, you're an actor. You're so used to getting rejected.
I'm an independent contractor doing programs, and it's pretty similar, where companies will just tow you along, ask for information. They'll basically just try and strip information out of you.
Yeah.
They'll email you every other week, and then eventually just stop talking to you, and you're like, what just happened?
Yeah.
So,
and you don't know if they're still thinking about you or not. And that's the same thing.
and there are
with-
these big projects where you're like, if I got cast in this, or if I got this project, I'd be down for like a month. So should I keep looking for more things?
Right.
And the answer is yes.
Yeah. In acting, usually you'll go to an audition, and then if they like you, they'll put you on hold to say, you know, these are our production dates. Are you available for sure? Okay, they just checked your availability, and then they put you on hold, and they say, please reserve these because we're considering you. And then once they make their final decisions, they're like, congratulations, you're booked. Make sure those dates are completely blacked out because they're for us. So that's kind of how it works. But sometimes they'll put you on hold and then book the job, but not tell you that somebody has been booked. So basically, if
Just because they forgot? Or 'cause
no,
they're
just
rude?
because it's not part of the etiquette of moving forward with a production. I don't know if they think it's a waste of time or whatever, but I personally really like it when theater companies or production companies email me and tell me, thank you so much, you know, we really appreciate your time, but we are releasing you. Because then you can do other things.
What's the disadvantage to just not caring about holds and just booking more stuff?
The disadvantage is that you book 2 things in 1 day, and then you have to disappoint a production company, and especially in the Bay Area, there's not a lot of jobs. You don't want to disappoint a production company, because this year alone, I've already worked with 2 production companies more than once. So,
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, it sounds like they're disappointing actors and actresses all the time,
right.
but they're the big guys. You don't want to...
They're the ones that are paying us. We're providing the talent, but unless you're like amazing and they really want you because your look and your acting and your skills, like they just really, you're the perfect match, they're not going to come back to you if you disappoint them unless you're that perfect person that they need.
So Brad Pitt can do whatever the hell he wants.
I mean, probably. He gets paid a lot of money. He can be like, I don't feel like filming. I'll pay for whatever money we're losing tonight.
Someone get me some gummy bears.
Ooh, gummy bears. Where were we? I guess that was it. So then you talked with the client. You guys came up with the last 3 people, which I was one of them. You guys asked us to come for a callback, and then today we're going to film. So one tip that I would give you in the future, if this happens again, you want to tell the actors that they should be camera ready.
Okay.
Which means their hair, makeup, wardrobe, like once they step into the building, they're ready to film and to bring stuff for touch-ups or whatever. Because usually when there's a commercial shoot, sometimes they'll tell us to be camera ready, but they will also have somebody there with extra clothing, extra makeup, stuff ready for hair.
See, I don't know anything about hair, makeup.
Yeah.
I had 1/4-inch hair until last year. Do you use conditioner? I don't know. What's conditioner?
I just use Head and Shoulders.
This is turning into an advertisement. Head and Shoulders, send us money. Thanks, guys. I didn't have any extra clothes. I honestly haven't worked with makeup. Apparently, you said I'm doing the job of 6 people.
Yeah, you're doing the job of a lot of people just because you basically put this whole thing together. Maybe you're doing the job of more than, like, the only
So
thing
let's
you
just
didn't
run
do
through
is
it quickly.
write.
Which people?
Yeah. So definitely hair and makeup because you were in charge of making sure the talent came.
Well, you took
with-
care of that, thank goodness.
Yeah, but you told me like, okay, you come like if you're going to a
Law school interview.
Okay, so hair and makeup.
And yes, she got the job.
I got into law school. So hair and makeup, you're definitely a casting director. You're definitely doing the job of a PA a production assistant.
What do they do?
They will help with emails so that other people can do other jobs. They will help set up. You're doing the job of a lighting person, a videographer. You directed me today.
Ah, there's no shadows.
Oh, there's the
That's the
pavement.
point. Oh.
You directed me today. You edited the script a little bit.
I did a little. You did too.
That's 8. I also did, so give me some credit. I don't know. I'm probably missing some stuff because honestly, I've only worked on this side of the camera, so I'm only judging this based off the amount of people that I usually see in a production.
It felt like I was doing
A lot.
many things.
Yeah, you were stressed out. You just messaged me on Facebook, like 4 chunks of messages.
Like I said, it's the rush job. They're trying to get it all done this week.
Yeah.
So on Thursday, we picked 3 people and said, show up,
Right.
please.
And today's Saturday.
On Friday morning, one of them said, I can't do Saturday. And I'm like, I'm sorry, it's the rush job trying to get this done. No, Friday morning.
Oh,
Saturday.
yesterday. Okay.
Yesterday. And I didn't hear back from one of the other girls. And I sent her a few follow-ups on Craigslist email. And then I realized she called me, but I didn't save her number. So I had to go through and figure out which number it was and try not to awkwardly call someone else. Because if I called one of the people that we cut out, I'd be like, ooh, this is awkward. So I found her number, texted her, and was like, hey, you never responded. Will you show up? And she's like, oh, I never saw your emails. So she said, I'm in the city, but I didn't bring any clothes.
Well, in that situation, if her hair and makeup was ready.
She said her hair wasn't ready. She said, is it being filmed from the waist up? And to be honest, I had no idea. Maybe you were going to sit in a chair and film me from the side. So I said, I don't know, I'll check. And then she texted, oh, and my hair's not done too. And I'm just like, damn it, I'm just going to go with my best friend here. I don't know if I'm best friend, but
well,
yeah, we can say that.
If you help me make enough videos and get enough subscribers, we can become best friends.
Honestly, this is BuzzFeed quality lighting here.
Hey, BuzzFeed, hire us.